bureau de change operators as Naira closes at 1,540 Naira per dollar. On the global stock exchange market, Asian stocks on a bullish run. On economy, EFCC alleged that foreign missions use third parties. On petroleum matters, federal government orders marketers to open pumps for compressed natural gas vehicles. Good day, viewers, and welcome to a fresh episode of ATN Business on Atlantic Television Network, right here in the city of Port Harcourt. This is the network's medium of bringing the happenings in the economy sector of the society to our discerning viewers. This program is aimed at bringing to the doorstep of the viewers the business, financial, and economic activities from all strata of society. Its delivery is accentuated through the various stock exchanges across the world, news about governments, economic activities, private sector business activities, laced with expert opinions, stakeholder analysis, and correspondent reports. By the end of this show, you can be rest assured of being informed accurately of financial activities around the world. Now let's go for that short commercial break, and when we return, we'll reel out the details for today. Please stay tuned.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring all the sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Every day our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Get ready! As Morrison Communications Limited proudly presents Children's Day Celebration 2024.
Arts. La Small Hotel and Resorts, number 9, Room Calabo off Waterlines, Basta, Port Harcourt. On Saturday, May 25th, starting at 8 a.m. Inter-school march past competition,
Dance competition, drama competition. Parents, teachers, and children alike, don't miss out on the fun with Uncle Clown bouncing castle as we cut the Children's Day cake. Admission is just 2,000 Naira per child. For participation and sponsorship opportunities, call us now 0806 673 8689 and 0810 634 1777.
This event is proudly sponsored by the Last Mall Hotel and Resort with Atlantic Television Network and 99.5 Wish FM Port Harcourt, Lesuka Event Center, Gate Place Hotel, 8 Ball Hotel and Lounge, Oma Studio, Osgia Table Water. Remember that every child is unique. See you there. This event is managed by Pace Expressions Arts.
Special guest appearance, Hilda Dokubo, Children's Day Celebration 2024.
Every day our lives are changed by
Welcome back, and now let's get into the market reports, local and international business news for today. Starting off, operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on Tuesday expanded its clampdown on bureau de change operators, arresting traders in Abuja, Lagos, Kano, and Port Harcourt. This came as the Naira weakened further against the United States dollars at both the official and parallel markets and foreign exchange markets. The recent raids followed renewed efforts by the federal government to tackle the Naira's recent fall against the dollars, the greenback. The activities of the currency speculators in forex markets and the digital cryptocurrency space have reportedly increased pressures on the Naira, with the government accusing crypto traders of speculating against the national currency. Last week, some bureau de change operators were arrested in Abuja for allegedly speculating against the Naira. Despite resistance by some BDC operators, law enforcement officials have continued to conduct regular raids on unauthorized currency traders in the Federal Capital Territory. In the parallel market, the Naira closed at 1,540 Naira per dollar. This represents 4.05% or 60 Naira per dollar depreciation compared to the 1,480 Naira quoted on Monday on the black market. The renewed Naira depreciation after the gains in April 2024 was attributed to a shortage of dollars occasioned by the repatriation of funds by foreign portfolio investors. Similarly, official foreign exchange trading at the Nigerian Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market witnessed a depreciation in the value of the local currency by 3.04% as the dollar was quoted at 1,520 Naira on Tuesday, weaker than 1,478 Naira quoted on Monday. This is the lowest in over 6 weeks and the first time the official rates will close above 1,500 Naira per dollar since March 19, 2024. The intraday high also plummeted to 1,568 Naira per dollar from 1,515 Naira per dollar recorded on Monday, pointing to an even weaker exchange rate at some point during the day. According to the data from FMDQ, where the currencies were traded officially, the intraday low was 1,350 Naira on Tuesday from 1,301 Naira recorded on Monday. The intraday high represents the highest price at which the dollar traded against the Naira at the official market during the single day of trading. The exchange rate typically fluctuates throughout the day, and the amount of dollars supplied by willing buyers and willing sellers also decreased by 40.8% or $88 million to $128.76 million from $217.64 million on Monday. The Naira has extended its appreciation from mid-March till mid-April before the recent decline. The Naira, however, closed flat against the dollar in April, appreciating only by 0.04% in the official market. The temporary stability occurred after the CBN interventions aimed at curbing the speculations on the Naira. Some of the measures taken by the CBN included the prohibition of foreign currency collaterals for Naira loans and the directives by the International Monetary Transfer operators to align their exchange rates with the prevailing market rates at the official foreign exchange market. In February 2023, the Yemi Cardoso-led CBN implemented the first interest rate hike, raising the MPR by 400 basic points to 22.75%. This was followed by an additional increase in March, raising the MPR by 200 basic points to 24.75%. The hikes in interest rates coincided with a strengthening of the Naira, which appreciated to as high as 1,150 Naira per dollar. And there's a reaction from Manufacturers Association of Nigeria and the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industries. The members of the organized private sector have reacted to this development. The president of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, Francis Meshoye, said that the continuous fluctuation of the exchange rate had made it difficult for manufacturers to construct and stick to a fairly predictable business model. He further stated that the manufacturers would inevitably be forced to review prices to reflect the prevailing exchange rate to remain in business. On his part, the president of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Gabriel Idahosa, blamed the shortfall in dollar supply for the recent depreciation of the naira. Idahosa predicted that the fluctuations in the exchange rate would continue as it is a natural consequence of floating the local currency. He, however, cautioned that if the depreciation was allowed to persist, prices hike would once again become commonplace in the market. Meanwhile, the national president of the Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industries, Mines and Agriculture, Dele Kelvin Oye, also expressed concerns over the significant depreciation of the naira, noting that it poses multiple challenges for the country. Oye, in a statement, expressed worry over the impact of the currency depreciation on import costs and inflation, reiterating the need for the government to stabilize the naira by potentially pegging and defending it. The foreign portfolio outflows, meanwhile, on the Nigerian Exchange Limited hit 119.81 billion naira in the first quarter of 2023. This was revealed in the latest domestic and foreign portfolio investment report released by the Nigerian Exchange Limited recently. During the quarter under review, foreign outflows on the local bourse increased month on month from 37.33 billion naira in January to 40.88 billion naira in February and 41.60 billion naira in March. On a year-on-year comparison, foreign inflow at the end of March stood at 93.37 billion naira, driven by a 111.23% increase between February and March 2024 to 52.66 billion naira from 24.93 billion naira. The monthly report was collated from trading figures from market operators on their domestic and foreign portfolio investment flows. According to the report, foreign capital inflow into the market has consistently increased since the beginning of the year, from 15.78 billion naira in January to 24.93 billion naira in February, and 50% has been ticking higher in 2024, raising concerns that the Federal Reserve could have a hard time taming the inflation to its goal of 2% in the United States of America. But investors were reassured by comments made by the Federal Reserve Bank Chairman Jerome Powell. Speaking at a panel discussion in Amsterdam on Tuesday, he reaffirmed that the United States Central Bank would likely raise its key interest rate to respond to stubborn inflation. But he also said that his confidence that the inflation will ease is not as high as it was because pricing test for the markets comes later on Wednesday, when the United States will release its monthly update on consumer prices or inflation faced by the households of the United States. Economists expect that the consumer price index to ease by 3.4% in April on year-over-year basis. In Asian trading, Tokyo's Nikkei 225 index climbed 0.4% to 38,491 points, and Australia's S&P ASX 200 advanced 0.4% to 7,760 points. In China, the Shanghai Composite Index slipped 0.4% to 33,133 points after the central bank kept a key lending rate unchanged on Wednesday, signaling Beijing's focus on maintaining monetary stability. Elsewhere in the Taiwan's TAIEX gained 1.4%, and Bangkok, the S&T SET was virtually unchanged. Markets in South Korea and Hong Kong were closed for a holiday. On Tuesday, the S&P 500 index rose 0.5% to 5,246 points, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 0.3% to 38,558 points. The Nasdaq Composite, which is heavily influenced by technology stocks, jumped 0.8% to 16,511 points. The tech sector has been driving force for much of the broader market's gains this year. Several memes and stocks include the GameStop and AMC Entertainment raced higher in a reprise of the social media-driven frenzy of 3 years ago. GameStop jumped 60.1% and the AMC rose 32%. Both stocks gave back much of their gains from earlier in the day. Bond yields edged lower and the yield on the 10-year Treasury slipped from 4.44% from 4.49% late Monday. Investors have been curtailing their expectations for the speed and frequency of the interest rate cuts this year as inflation remains hotter than expected. Traders are betting on 1 or 2 trade cuts this year, according to data from CME Group. Wall Street is still hoping that the Fed can pull off its soft landing where the high interest rates work and cool inflation without slowing the economy into a recession. The economy remains strong, but the consumers might be showing signs of fatigue under the weight of stubborn inflation. Economists expect a retail sales report on Wednesday to show that consumer spending softened in May, just as it has over the last several months. In other trading benchmark, U.S. crude barrel in electronic trading on the New York Mercantile Exchange. Brent crude, the international standard crude, rose 65 cents to $83.03 a barrel. In currency trading, the U.S. dollar slipped 156.38 Japanese yen from 156.42 Japanese yen. We are still open for advert placements, bookings, and commercials on ATN Business, and you can connect with us and watch us on our ATN socials, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, on X, formerly Twitter, Atlantic TV Net, and watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. We're going to go for this short break, and when we return, we have a superpower guest, and we are going to share with you what he has in stock for us. Stay tuned.
Beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Every day our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics,
Nobody's ambition is what the blood.
I have fought very firmly.
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on Atn Politics today.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
You human trafficker.
Honorable They are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but
Every day our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics,
Nobody's ambition is what
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today. Every day our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics,
nobody's ambition is what the blood.
I have fought very firmly.
Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today. Every day our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics,
nobody's ambition is what
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
Welcome back to ATN Business on Atlantic Television Network. We are on StarTimes, channel 194. Thank you so much for coming, sir. Despite your tight schedule, you made it here.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure having you here.
Me too. I'm happy to meet you.
Chief of Petron, sir.
Petron is an association of responsible, committed, and very business-minded, educated men, women, who have resolved to do everything that is legitimate enough to ensure effective distribution and dispensing of petroleum products in Nigeria. And so it's captured as an association that goes to the depot to load petroleum products. When I mean petroleum products, all types of petroleum products, go to the depot to load petroleum products and dispense it appropriately and accordingly to Nigerians. They are also doing other oversight functions of supporting government in fighting against illegal bunkering.
is the premise of this report, sir?
Okay, as I speak to you as the Petroleum Product Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria State Chairman, for some time, even with your licenses, you will not be able to, the portal was closed. The portal has been closed, and the portal is partially closed. So with your license, you will not be able to access the portal. Don't forget that when you are issued the license, when you are renew your license, you have a certain code that will enable you to access the portal.
Exactly,
but as it stands now, because IPMAN and Petron are sister organizations of different sides of the coin that pursue vigorously, almost plus or minus the same agenda. And so, if the portal is closed, you're a member of Petron, you're a member of IPMAN, some members of Petron are members of IPMAN, and some members of IPMAN are some members of Petron.
Okay, sir.
So when the portal is closed, it's closed. And for some time, that is what is somehow responsible for the challenge that we are seeing. Because retail outlet owners are not able to access the portal to pay for product and load product. Even those who have paid before have not been able to load out their product which they paid already. So what we are saying is that the portals can be properly managed, opened, and well regulated for the interest of everybody in this nation, to make it possible for people who are supposed to access the product, the real persons who are supposed to access this product, and not making this product available to people who are not supposed to access it. And so that is what we are saying. You said you are doing something about the portal. Well, the time is taking too long. Now we should think that you are ready for us, and we're always ready for you. We have always said that the portal should be opened when you pay. If you pay today, you should be able to load tomorrow, or at least 3 days. But not when you pay. The product is, before you pay, there's going to be programming. But after the programming, there's going to be batching. After the batching, there's going to be loading. Bros, it is not as easy as that. And it makes the distribution chain a hell of challenges for retail outlet owners. And we are saying, open the portal and make fuel available for the people. Is anybody complaining of diesel scarcity? The answer is no. If you make it available, people will get it. Why? There are some modular refineries that are refining diesel. Where is the one that is refining fuel? We have not seen the refinery come on stream. And so the challenge is just one hydra-headed monster that can be killed in one day, or that can be killed in one conference, but it keeps raising its ugly heads. Why? Because we may have left undone some things we ought to have done, and it is not helping anybody.
Sir, being an astute administrator of repute, I know that there has been meetings upon meetings, and I know that this particular problem, from May 3rd till today, I know that you have been able to brainstorm with your members to find out what the solution could be. Say that you are in the front of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria today, and he puts it to you that what can be the solution towards this impasse that we are facing right now, because it is not good for the business of the Petron, not even for IPMAN. Please profile a solution in a few words, what you think that could bring a relief to your members and also to the people of Nigeria.
The solution to the perennial sufferings of Nigerians on fuel scarcity, it's simple as ABCD. And it is to ensure that the refineries in Nigeria are working. And the refineries in Nigeria could only work if we are sincere to ourselves. If we are sincere and honest to the policies and to the implementation of policies in this nation, and we are not greedy, things will work well and the refineries will work. Simple. Let the refineries work. If possible, allow the establishment of modular refineries that will back up the government refineries. Let private sector, let Rivers people, let Niger Delta people, let Nigerians be given the way to translate the seemingly ugly incidents of fire into what we call modular refineries, approved by government, supervised by government, crude supplied by government, and a lot of our youths that are already challenged in this aspect will get into the industry, and there's going to be availability of petrol and other petroleum products. So that is simple. Sincerity and honesty, commitment to the implementation of policies of government in ensuring that the refineries are functional and modular refineries are giving way to come on stream.
Oh, so
the ticket will go through program will go through batching, like I said, before you come to loading. Sometimes it takes a long time. And it takes you so much time that even the money that you borrow from the bank to process this product, you might not even load until the bank will come and begin to ask you, where is the money? And again, in the days of Petroleum Equalization Fund, there were people who did movement of petroleum products for government, and government was owing them. And we are saying, you don't need to tie down the little money that retail outlet owners, both Ipman and Petron, they have. You are tying down this money. Tying down this money is like tying down an economy. Don't forget that petrol station operators, the downstream sector of this petroleum industry, is one of the greatest employers of informal labor.
Yes.
It's one of the greatest. So when you are squeezing the downstream sector, either by collecting excess tax from them, or by collecting double tax from them, or by owing them extensively, you are killing that industry that have employed a quite number of Nigerians informally, and you are laying people out to the street to go and become unemployed, and it is not good. And that is what we are saying. If you are where you are owing us on the issue of Petroleum Equalization Fund or whatever, you pay. Where you are owing us on the money that we pay to load product from you, release product to us and release it timely. Make product available. Don't just be collecting money and you're not making product available to us. Be afloat, so that our dependents will be afloat, so that the employees that we have employed will be afloat, so that Nigeria downstream informal sector will be afloat. That's what we are saying.
Okay, very, very instructive, sir. Very instructive, and still leading. This is still leading us to the issue of the present debacle that we are facing again concerning the long queues that has appeared in the filling stations all around the country, and also the hike in petrol and other fuel prices. And we believe that there might be some taxes, some illegal, some unfair, some sharp practices that might be hindering the smooth flow of the downstream sector, of which you are key stakeholders in this. Is it a contributing factor to what is happening in the present situation we found ourselves concerning the scarcity of petrol products and fuel in the country presently, sir?
Well, I want to take it from where you came in from. There are actually taxes, double taxes. In fact, throat-cutting taxes by the relevant authority, monitoring authority. We have just engaged, recently we have engaged the Servicom Department of Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, that is otherwise an NDPRA, otherwise known as DPR.
Yes, sir.
We recently engaged the Servicom section and told them that the guidelines for that is regulating the operation of petroleum product dispensing sectors, that is gas, LPG, PMS, and whatever. The guidelines needs to be reviewed for better performance and better services by an NDPRA. We told them about the taxes that are being, the taxes and fees we are raised some just months ago, more than 300%.
Oh.
We told them that before we were told to make straws, just like you pay for its decision. It is like asking us not only to make the bricks, we will now go and get the straws to make the bricks. Please, on that area, we are not comfortable. And so, what is responsible for the challenge of fuel distribution now? Perhaps it may be partially responsible, but what is responsible is shortage in supply.
How did that come to be, sir?
Is shortage in supply. They told us that it is logistics challenge. That is them that know what the logistics challenge is all about.
Okay, sir. Moving on, let us still examine the role of the modular refineries in contrast to artisanal illegal refineries. Many of these young chaps did not go to school. They didn't do petroleum engineering, but we find out that they are able to crudely, albeit damaging the environment and all that, but they are able to pull out resources out of the crude oil, though stealing the crude oil himself. And we've heard some security agencies lending a hand in this clandestine business. What is the present status?
A London dry trend. The only difference is that this one was bottled and covered, and that camera was put in something that was ceiling cover. So, if at that time we can make that local gin, you call it local gin, but I don't want to call it local gin. Why do you say it's local gin? Because you are seeing it here. If I put it in bottle and cook it and send it to London to sell, will you call it local gin?
No way.
No. So that is how you are calling this one now. Go fire. If I give you license and stop you from doing it the wrong way and charge you to do it the right way, and you do it the right way, it will be changed from fire to modular refineries.
Okay.
And things will get better. So we are advocating for a conference, for a stakeholders forum, whereby government will bring in all the people who are interested.
Petron and other related bodies, are they prepared for the coming of the compressed natural gas transportation system that is about birthing with this present administration, sir?
We are very prepared, and we are even ahead of time. As I speak to you, it is not by way of advert, but there are 1 or 2 filling stations in River State here where you can drive your gas vehicles to and fill them with gas. Specifically, I know about Unity filling station or 1 or 2 others. When you go there with your gas vehicles, they have gas dispensing, vehicle dispense PG. We're not talking about this, we are talking about CNG. CNG, federal government have said now that all filling stations should get CNG installed. That is part of what we were discussing with Servicom of an NDPRA. That was how federal government came and vigorously started pursuing the LPG, LNG penetration scheme. And we as retail outlet owners, in some of our filling stations, and boom, the regulatory authorities have their regulatory Bible, or regulatory booklet, which the standards provided is almost frustrating the efforts of Petron and other retail outlet owners in deepening the gas penetration of the federal government. The standards are there, so frustrating. It is not something that is making it possible now for filling stations to install skid plants. And now federal government is coming to say again, install a CNG. We have not been able to install the skid plants that will deepen LNG gas penetration and abrogate and remove the use of DPK. We spent money to bury tanks for DPK. We spent money to buy dispensers for this DPK to install on our stations. And it was even compulsory. It's not whether you have DPK or